Disclaimer. This video is for informational purposes only and does not constitute financial, investment, or security advice. Always do your own research and consult a professional before making any financial decisions. Crypto investments carry risks, including loss of capital.
All right, let's dive into XRP. It's been all over the news lately, and I know you're trying to make sense of it all.
Definitely a hot topic right now.
Yeah, you want to understand the trends, the opportunities, maybe some risks too. Where's this whole thing headed? And we've got a stack of your articles right here. And honestly, even just glancing at the headlines, it's a wild ride.
Yeah, just looking at these, I can see why you'd be wanting to dig into this.
I mean, 1 minute XRP is hitting lows we haven't seen in years. According to TradingView.com, traders are kind of freaking out.
Yeah, that's never a good sign.
Not exactly a vote of confidence, right? But then you've got analysts over at the Motley Fool predicting it could surge to $3 or even higher.
Always got to love those optimistic forecasts.
It's like, who do you believe? And then, to throw another twist in, there's this news from GlobeNewsWire.com about the Bank of Japan adopting XRP for cross-border payments.
Now that's a big deal.
Huge EE, right? Like, what does that even mean for XRP's future? Plus, Globe Newswire also mentions this AI-powered project on the XRP ledger called XRP Turbo. Apparently, it's attracting some serious XRP whales.
So we've got institutional adoption, AI, and whales. All the ingredients for a very interesting deep dive.
Exactly. But before we get lost in all the hype and speculation, maybe we should back up a bit. For our listeners who might not be as deep in the crypto world, can you give us the XRP 101? Like, what is it really? And why should anyone even care about all these seemingly contradictory signals?
Okay, so XRP in a nutshell. It's a cryptocurrency, but it's specifically designed to be a bridge currency.
A bridge currency. Okay, explain that to me. Like,
So imagine you're trying to get from one side of a river to the other, but there's no direct way to cross. You could swim, but that's slow and risky. You could build a whole new bridge, but that takes a lot of time and resources. Or you could use a bridge that's already there that connects the two sides quickly and efficiently. That's kind of what XRP does in the financial world. It bridges the gap between different currencies, making international transactions faster, cheaper, and way more efficient.
So it's like a universal translator for money. Instead of going through a bunch of banks and dealing with their fees and delays, you can use XRP to instantly convert one currency to another.
Exactly. Bypassing those traditional systems, that's the power of a bridge currency.
Okay, that actually makes a lot of sense, especially in today's globalized world where everything's moving so fast. And speaking of moving fast, let's talk about that Bank of Japan news. This seems like a really big deal. What are the implications of a major central bank like that adopting XRP? Could this be a sign of things to come?
It's definitely significant. When a central bank as influential as the Bank of Japan adopts XRP, it sends a strong signal to the entire financial world. It says, hey, we believe in this technology and we're confident enough to use it for our own transactions.
So it's like a stamp of approval, a validation from a very respected institution.
Exactly. And that kind of validation could absolutely have a ripple effect, no pun intended, on other financial institutions.
Oh, I see what you did there. So other banks and institutions might start thinking, well, if the Bank of Japan is using XRP, maybe we should too.
Right. Especially if they see the benefits the Bank of Japan is reaping, like faster transaction times, lower costs, and increased efficiency, it could create a domino effect, with more and more institutions adopting XRP. Okay,
so potentially a huge boost for XRP adoption. But then we have to look at what's happening with its price lately. TradingView shows it's down like 16.8%, hitting a 2025 low, which seems like a pretty stark contrast to all this positive news.
Yeah, there's definitely some dissonance there. It's important to remember that the crypto market in general can be incredibly volatile.
So some of this is just a natural ebb and flow, nothing to worry about.
It's not all about XRP itself. Global events can have a huge impact on crypto prices. And we can't ignore the fact that the broader economy is facing some headwinds right now.
Right, like all the uncertainty around interest rates and inflation.
Exactly. And then you've got geopolitical tensions, trade wars, all sorts of things that can spook investors and send markets tumbling. That's just the nature of the beast.
So some of XRP's price drop could just be a reflection of the broader market jitters.
Right. It's not necessarily an indictment of XRP itself, but looking at the data from TradingView, we also see that open interest in XRP futures is down. This suggests that traders are closing out their leveraged positions, possibly because they're uncertain about XRP's short-term prospects.
So they're getting out while the getting's good, or at least before it gets worse.
Maybe cashing in on some profits or just reducing their exposure until things settle down a bit. It's like they're saying, we'll wait and see how this all plays out.
I can see that. A lot of wait and see going on in the markets these days. But speaking of wait and see, there's one more factor we have to address, and I know you mentioned it earlier. The ongoing legal battle between Ripple Labs and the SEC. This has been dragging on for a while now, and it seems to be casting a shadow over everything XRP.
Yeah, it's definitely a big cloud hanging over XRP's head, and it's understandable why investors are a bit hesitant right now.
Right. This case has been all over the news, and it's created a lot of uncertainty. I know you're not a legal expert, but for our listener who might not be following every twist and turn, can you give us the gist? Why is the SEC targeting Ripple in the first place, and how is this whole thing affecting XRP?
Basically, the SEC is claiming that XRP is a security, like a stock, rather than a currency. They argue that Ripple should have registered XRP with them before offering it to the public.
And Ripple's saying?
Ripple is pushing back hard.
Mm.
Their argument is that XRP is inherently a currency and shouldn't be subject to the same regulations as securities.
So it's a classic regulatory tug of war, with a lot at stake for both sides.
Absolutely. The outcome of this case could have huge implications for XRP and for the crypto industry as a whole.
Right. If the SEC wins, it could set a precedent that makes it much harder for other cryptocurrencies to operate freely. And if Ripple wins,
then it could be a major victory for XRP and for the broader crypto community. It would validate the idea that cryptocurrencies can exist and thrive outside the traditional financial system.
wow, so there's a lot riding on this case. No wonder investors are on edge.
It's hard to get excited about XRP's potential if there's a chance it could be deemed illegal or heavily regulated.
Yeah, that makes total sense. But then we have these analysts at the Motley Fool predicting XRP could hit $3 or even higher. How do they reconcile that with the current market uncertainty and the SEC drama looming over everything?
It does seem a bit counterintuitive, right? I mean, you've got all these factors pushing XRP down.
Yeah.
But those analysts are looking at the long game. They see the potential of XRP, even with all the current challenges.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What are they seeing that maybe we're missing?
Right.
What's fueling their optimism?
Well, remember that Bank of Japan adoption we talked about? That's a huge catalyst for increased adoption, and adoption drives demand. Plus, there's Ripple's roadmap for institutional DeFi on the XRP ledger.
Wait, DeFi. Remind me what that is again, and why should our listener care?
Right, good point. So DeFi, or decentralized finance, is essentially like recreating traditional financial services, things like lending and borrowing, but without banks or other intermediaries.
Ah, okay, so it's all about cutting out the middleman.
Exactly. It's about transparency, open access, and giving people more control over their finances. And Ripple is actively building the infrastructure to make this possible on the XRP ledger.
Okay, so instead of just holding XRP, people could use it to participate in all sorts of financial activities, like get loans, earn interest, things like that.
Precisely. And that's what's attracting those institutional investors. They see the potential for greater efficiency, lower costs, and new revenue streams.
So it's like XRP is becoming more than just a simple cryptocurrency. It's almost like a whole financial ecosystem built on top of it.
You got it. And that's why, despite the current uncertainty, those analysts are still bullish on XRP. They see the long-term potential outweighing the short-term hurdles.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, you mentioned XRP whales being interested in a project called XRP Turbo. This is where things start to sound a bit futuristic to me. What is XRP Turbo trying to do, and why is it catching the attention of those big XRP holders?
XRP Turbo is definitely one to watch. It's this AI-powered project building on the XRP ledger, which, again, ties back to that DeFi roadmap we were just talking about.
So AI and DeFi all rolled into one. This is getting interesting.
Right. And without endorsing it specifically, their goal is to use AI to optimize DeFi strategies, making them more efficient and potentially more profitable for users.
Okay, but what does that actually mean? Like, how does AI help with DeFi?
Well, imagine a system that can analyze tons of market data in real time, identify the best opportunities for lending, borrowing, or trading, and then execute those trades automatically, all based on complex algorithms and machine learning.
So it's like having a super intelligent robo-advisor, specifically for XRP and DeFi.
Yeah, kind of like that. It's all about automating those investment decisions and potentially maximizing returns, and that's why it's attracting those XRP whales.
Ah, okay. So they're not just passively holding their XRP. They're looking for ways to put it to work and potentially make even more.
Exactly. And XRP Turbo is presenting a potentially lucrative avenue for doing just that.
All right, so we've got whales, AI, DeFi. It's all starting to come together. But how does this all fit into the broader crypto market? I mean, CoinDesk reported that both XRP and BNB, another cryptocurrency, saw price increases and Bitcoin approached $90,000. Does this mean XRP's fate is tied to Bitcoin's performance?
It's a good question. The crypto market is definitely interconnected. When Bitcoin, the biggest player, makes a move, it often influences the prices of other cryptocurrencies, including XRP.
So even though XRP has its own unique features and use cases, it's still kind of riding the waves created by Bitcoin.
To some extent, yes. If Bitcoin goes up, it can create a rising tide that lifts all boats, including XRP. But the reverse is also true. If Bitcoin crashes, it can drag other coins down with it. It's something investors need to be aware of.
So diversification is key in the crypto world, just like in traditional investing. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, as they say.
Exactly. Spread the risk and don't get too caught up in the hype.
All right, so we've covered a lot of ground here. XRP's role as a bridge currency, the Bank of Japan adoption, the price fluctuations, the DeFi roadmap, and even AI-powered projects like XRP Turbo. It seems like XRP is at a crossroads, facing both challenges and opportunities. So where do we go from here? What does all of this mean for someone who's interested in XRP, who's trying to figure out what to do with this information?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? And of course, I can't give financial advice. But I think the most important thing is to understand that XRP is a long-term play. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a technology with a lot of potential, but it also faces real challenges, like the ongoing SEC case and the inherent volatility of the crypto market.
So it's not for the faint of heart.
Maybe not. It requires patience, research, and a willingness to ride out the ups and downs. But for those who believe in the long-term vision of XRP and who are comfortable with the risks involved, it could be a very rewarding journey.
Okay, so it's a calculated risk with potentially high rewards. But how do people actually use XRP in the real world? I mean, we've talked about it as a bridge currency, but can you give us a concrete example of how that works in practice?
Sure. Imagine a company in the U.S. that needs to pay a supplier in Europe. Traditionally, they'd go through a series of banks, which can take days, involve multiple fees, and create a lot of paperwork. But with XRP, that company can convert their U.S. dollars into XRP, send it to the supplier in Europe almost instantly, and the supplier can then convert that XRP into euros. It's faster, cheaper, and more transparent than the traditional system.
So it's like cutting out all the middlemen and streamlining the whole process.
Exactly. And that's why we're seeing growing interest from businesses worldwide in using XRP for cross-border payments.
Right. Okay, so there's a real-world use case for XRP. It's not just a theoretical concept.
Right, and that's what makes it so compelling. It's not just about speculation or hoping the price goes up. It's about using technology to solve real problems in the financial system.
Well said. Now, we've talked a lot about the mechanics of XRP, but what about the people behind it? What's Ripple Labs' overall vision for XRP? What are they trying to achieve beyond just creating a digital currency?
Ripple Labs has a grand vision for XRP. They see it as the foundation for a new global financial system, one that's faster, more efficient, and more inclusive than the current system. And they're actively working to make that vision a reality.
So they're not just letting XRP float along on its own. They're actively pushing for its adoption and working to integrate it into the existing financial system.
Exactly. They're building partnerships with banks, payment providers, and other financial institutions. They're developing new technologies and applications. They're playing the long game, and they're in it to win.
It sounds like they're not just building a cryptocurrency, they're building a movement.
That's a good way to put it. It's a movement towards a more open, accessible, and efficient financial system for everyone.
Now, we've talked about XRP's role in cross-border payments, but are there any other potential applications for this technology? Like, where else could XRP make a real difference?
Absolutely. XRP speed, low cost, and scalability make it suitable for a wide range of applications beyond payments. For example, it could be used in supply chain management to track goods and payments in real time, increasing transparency and efficiency.
So instead of relying on slow and awfully opaque supply chains, businesses could use XRP to create a much more streamlined and accountable system.
Exactly. And we're also seeing explorations of XRP in areas like micropayments, which could revolutionize how we pay for content online or even how machines interact and transact with each other in the Internet of Things.
Wow, that's incredible. So we're talking about everything from tiny fractions of a cent being transferred between devices to global supply chains being managed on the XRP ledger. The possibilities seem endless.
That's the beauty of this technology. It's still early days, and we're just beginning to scratch the surface of what's possible.
It's really mind-blowing to think about. But we have to come back down to earth for a moment and address the elephant in the room. The SEC lawsuit. This legal battle has been hanging over XRP for quite some time. Can you remind us what the potential outcomes of this case are and how they could impact XRP's future?
Sure, there are a few possible scenarios. The SEC could win, which would mean Ripple might face fines, and XRP could be classified as a security. This could lead to stricter regulations, limited trading, and potentially a negative impact on its price. It would definitely be a setback for XRP and create a lot of uncertainty going forward.
Definitely not the outcome Ripple and XRP supporters are hoping for. What are the other possibilities?
Well, on the other hand, Ripple could win, which would be a huge victory for XRP. It would validate their argument that XRP is a currency, not a security, and remove the regulatory cloud that's been hanging over it. It would likely lead to wider adoption, increased investment, and a surge in price. It would be a major boost for the entire XRP ecosystem.
So it's kind of a make-or-break moment.
You could say that. The stakes are very high. And then, of course, there's the possibility of a settlement, which could involve concessions from both sides.
So a settlement could go either way, depending on the details? Okay, I see. No matter what happens, the outcome of this case will have a significant impact on XRP's future.
Absolutely. It's a critical moment for XRP and for the crypto industry as a whole. Everyone's watching closely to see how this plays out.
All right, well, we've covered a lot of ground today. We've talked about XRP's origins, its purpose, its price fluctuations, the SEC case, the potential for DeFi and other applications. It's been a whirlwind tour of the XRP universe.
It has. And I hope our listeners feeling more informed and maybe even a little bit excited about the possibilities of XRP.
Me too. But before we wrap up, I want to circle back to something we briefly mentioned earlier. XRP Turbo. This AI-powered project is generating a lot of buzz, and it seems to be tapping into the excitement around DeFi. Can you remind us what XRP Turbo aims to do and why it's attracting so much attention, especially from those XRP whales?
XRP Turbo is really interesting because it's combining two major trends in the crypto space: DeFi and artificial intelligence. Essentially, they're aiming to create a platform that uses AI to optimize DeFi strategies on the XRP ledger.
So it's like having an AI-powered financial advisor that's laser-focused on maximizing returns within the world of DeFi on XRP.
That's a good way to put it. And it seems to be resonating with those who are already heavily invested in XRP, those whales who are looking for ways to make their holdings work harder for them.
So they're not just sitting on their XRP, they're actively looking for opportunities to leverage it within this emerging DeFi ecosystem.
Exactly. And XRP Turbo seems to be providing an attractive avenue for doing just that. It's a project that aligns with their belief in XRP and their desire to be at the forefront of innovation in the crypto space.
It's fascinating to see how these different pieces are fitting together. XRP as a bridge currency, the rise of DeFi, the emergence of AI-powered platforms like XRP Turbo. It's like a whole new financial world is taking shape.
It is, and we're just at the beginning. The possibilities are truly mind-boggling.
All right, well, we've gone deep into the world of XRP. We've explored its potential, its challenges, and its place in the evolving landscape of finance. But as we've discussed, XRP isn't operating in a vacuum. It's part of a much larger ecosystem, the world of cryptocurrencies. And to fully understand XRP, we need to understand how it compares to other major players in the space, like Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Absolutely. XRP often gets lumped in with Bitcoin and Ethereum, but it's important to remember that each of these cryptocurrencies has its own unique characteristics and purposes. Comparing and contrasting them can really help clarify where XRP fits in.
Okay, so let's break it down. How does XRP stack up against Bitcoin, for example? What are the key differences between these two giants?
Well, think of it this way. Bitcoin is often compared to digital gold. It's seen as a store of value, a hedge against inflation, a safe haven asset.
Ah, okay, so it's about holding on to it, hoping it increases in value over time.
Exactly. Its supply is limited, and its transactions are secured by a decentralized network. XRP, on the other hand, is all about speed and efficiency.
So it's less about holding and more about using.
Precisely. It's designed for real-time settlements, especially cross-border payments. It's about moving money quickly, cheaply, and reliably.
Okay, I'm starting to see the distinction. So Bitcoin is more about storing wealth, while XRP is about facilitating transactions.
You got it. They appeal to different types of users and serve different purposes within the crypto ecosystem.
Makes sense. Now, what about Ethereum? How does XRP compare to that platform?
Ethereum is more like a platform for building decentralized applications, often called dApps, and executing smart contracts.
Right, I've heard about those. but I'm still a bit fuzzy on what they actually do.
Think of it like this. Ethereum is like a giant decentralized computer. It allows developers to create all sorts of applications that run on a blockchain without needing a central authority. These applications can range from financial tools to games to social networks. It's pretty mind-blowing.
So Ethereum is more about creating the infrastructure for a decentralized world, while XRP is focused on solving the specific problem of cross-border payments.
That's a great way to put it. They're both contributing to the evolution of the crypto space, but from different angles, Ethereum is more about building the foundation, while XRP is about building on top of that foundation, tackling specific challenges.
Okay, that clarifies things. It sounds like there's room for multiple cryptocurrencies to coexist and thrive, each with its own strengths and focus areas.
Absolutely. The crypto space is vast and diverse, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. Different cryptocurrencies are addressing different needs and use cases, which is what makes this space so dynamic and interesting to follow.
It's like a whole new world is opening up, and we're just starting to explore it. But now let's zoom out a bit and talk about the future. We've touched on the SEC case and its potential impact, but what about the bigger picture? Where do you see XRP heading in the next 5 to 10 years?
Crystal ball time, huh? Well, it's always risky to make predictions in the crypto world, especially that far out. But I do believe XRP has the potential to play a significant role in the future of finance.
You're not just saying that because you're a crypto enthusiast, right?
Yeah.
What makes you so optimistic about XRP's long-term prospects?
It all comes back to real-world use cases. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the demand for efficient and cost-effective payment solutions is only going to grow, and that's where XRP really shines.
So it's not just about speculation and hype. It's about XRP actually being used to solve real problems.
Exactly. And that's what I find so compelling about this technology. It's not just about making money, it's about making a real difference in the world. And if Ripple continues to execute on its vision and successfully navigate the regulatory landscape, I think we could see XRP become an integral part of the global financial system.
And that's a pretty exciting vision. Well, we've covered a lot of ground today, exploring XRP from all angles. We've talked about its purpose, its potential, the challenges it faces, the SEC case, the rise of DeFi. It's been quite a journey.
It really has. And I hope our listeners are feeling more informed and maybe even a little bit inspired to learn more about this fascinating technology.
Definitely. Now, as we wrap up this deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought-provoking question.
Yeah.
We've talked about the potential impact of the SEC case, the growing adoption of XRP by institutions like the Bank of Japan, and the emergence of exciting new projects like XRP Turbo. All of these factors suggest that XRP is at a pivotal moment, a moment where it could either take a giant leap forward or face significant setbacks. So the question is, what will the future hold for XRP?
That's the question everyone's asking, and unfortunately there's no easy answer. The next few years will be crucial in determining XRP's trajectory. But one thing is for sure. This is an exciting time to be following the evolution of finance, and XRP is right at the forefront of this transformation.
Well said. So to all our listeners out there, keep your eyes on XRP, do your research, stay informed, and as always, make decisions that align with your own goals and risk tolerance. The world of crypto is constantly changing, and it's up to each of us to navigate it wisely.
That's great advice. Remember, knowledge is power, especially in the fast-paced world of crypto.
All right, folks, that's a wrap on our deep dives into XRP. Thanks for joining us on this adventure. We'll catch you next time for another deep dive into the fascinating world of crypto. Until then, happy exploring.
If this video helped, hit the like button, subscribe for more crypto content, and I'll see you in the next one.